It's Rebecca from the Knitting Unicorn, and it has been 6 months since I last podcasted. I know, that's crazy. I actually have show notes today, that's rare. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into too much of the last 6 months. It's been a little crazy. Gosh, I gotta get my roots done. But as you can see, I am somewhere different. So I got divorced, and it's okay. It was very civil, and everyone's doing fine. And I moved back to Massachusetts from New Hampshire, so I am back living in Massachusetts. I moved to an area close to where I grew up, so it's familiar, but it's also new, which has been nice. So, yeah, let's just get into it. There's been a lot going on. I have some finished objects, but I have way more whips. I've not been able to stop casting things on. It's been crazy. So, let's see, what do we have? The first finished object I have are these socks. And this was a kit from, God, it looks a little, there we go. That looks good. This was a kit from Whips on Sticks, and this was her Hocus Pocus stripy sock club. So this was the October colorway. It was a surprise. I only knew that it was going to be based on the movie Hocus Pocus, and I think she totally knocked it out of the park. The colorway is called Sisters, and you can see the colors, the green, the orange, and the pink are the colors for the Sanderson sisters. And then there's this like blue and green kind of hocusy pocusy color. Whatever, I love it. There was also a progress keeper that came with it that was the little cauldron with like hot chocolate and the spell book on top, and the cauldron was like Binks's face, kitty face. It was amazing. I know it's on one of my other projects somewhere, so hopefully we'll come across it as I go through my whips and I can show it to you. But yeah, it is somewhere. And it was amazing. The other finished object I have 2 more pairs of socks that I gave away as Christmas gifts, so I don't have them here, but I'll put in pictures. The first was just a vanilla sock that was also Whips on Sticks. It was the Dark Link colorway from the Legend of Zelda Yarn Club, and it's black with red stripes. It wasn't supposed to stripe, it was just the way the color pooled from the dyeing process, and it came out amazing with a red heel and toe. And then the other sock I have was a, oh goodness gracious. It's a shorty sock, a plain vanilla shorty sock that I did for one of my best friends. And it was a Lola Did It colorway. I think it was called Oh Holy Night. And it's like kind of muted Christmas colors in a sparkle base that I just love. And I definitely have enough left over to knit myself a pair for next year. So I'm definitely going to do that because the yarn is gorgeous. What else? Oh! And then I also got from Lola Did It the another Christmas colorway called Joy, or the Joy to the World. And then I got a coordinating mini called Lucky. So I was gonna make a sock. It started here as a sock, and then I decided that I really wanted to make fingerless mitts out of it. And it just so happens that a 72-inch sock is also perfect for me as a fingerless glove. So instead of continuing with the sock, I just started a thumb gusset and made it into fingerless gloves. And I think they came out awesome, and I wore them all through December. So yeah, this was kind of made up pattern, and it came out really well. I was kind of impressed with myself. So yeah, and then I don't think I have a picture, but I also knit my mom's husband a watchman's cap out of done roving DK in like a gray colorway. I forget, it might have just been called gray, but it was really a nice colorway and a really nice squishy yarn, so that came out nice. And then I have a hoe. I love this so much. How pretty is this? So this is also Whips on Sticks. I don't think this was a club colorway. This is her Jane Austen colorway, and it came with two coordinating minis. The pink. Oh, that looks really bad. We'll have to fix that. The pink and the gold. So I chose to do the heel and toe different colors. This is the Rose City Roller pattern. I need to do the next one. So I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to reverse the colors for the heel and toe. I just thought it would be really cute if the next one, the heel is pink and the toe is gold. But yeah, like I said, this is Whips on Sticks also, and she just does such an amazing job. Jane Austen is one of my favorites, and yeah, so I had to have this. It's so pretty. Love it. So that's my hoe. This is the, that's the yarn in the cake. And here's one of the minis. I can't find the pink one. I think it's in my basket of yarn there. I know at one point my dog Pearl, she got mad at me for being gone one day at work, and she started taking yarn out of my basket and strewing it across the apartment. So I know she did that with the pink, and I wound it up and put it somewhere. So I have to find it. Let's see, what else is on the agenda? So, like I said, I've had the worst cast-on-itis. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I cast on, and I think there's more. There's also a few UFOs that I'll show you that you've seen a long time ago, but they're still on the needles. So the first one I'll show you is the one that I've been really working away on, and I think I'm actually going to finish it. I decided to make another Paris Toujours, which is a pattern by Isabel Kraemer. You guys have seen, I think, I've made 2 of these before. This is the third. And the last 2 I did in DK, but the pattern's also written for DK and fingering. And I got this mini set from Spun Right Round for Christmas. It's the classic mini sock set. It's called Escape. These are the 3 I have left. So I will show you. The rest of them are in my shawl already, so I'm fading them together. And, oh, hold on. We're a mess. So, I should hold it this way for you. There we go. So this is where we are so far. It will block out quite a bit bigger because it's garter and lattice. So it will be very big. I like to block this pattern pretty aggressively, but this is where I started. And you can see the progression of the colors. Whee! Yeah, I really love it. I think it's coming out really nicely, and feeling very motivated to work on it. So I have 2 more repeats. I just started one of them, and the repeat is about that big. So I've got 2 more of those to go, and then a big garter section at the bottom. I hope I have enough yarn. I might have to dig into some of my other minis to finish it off. But yeah, I'm really loving this. I wanted to have another shawl. Of course, you'll see I've cast on like 4 shawls, so lost my mind. But yeah, I'm really liking this. All of my shawls are DK, so this will be my first completed fingering weight shawl, and yeah, I'm excited for it. So I have been chugging away at that, and that's been fun. I also cast on this fall, which I haven't finished. Obviously, it's a whip. I hope I finish it at some point, but we'll see. I cast on the Stoneham Poncho, and that's all we've got so far. And this is a turtleneck, like poncho, almost capelet kind of a thing. And here it is. So this was a pattern from Diana Walla for Espace Tricot. And there we go. So that's what it looks like. And I'm right about here. And the yarn, I got the kit from Espace Tricot, and the yarn is from Kelbourne Woolens, and the base is called Scout. And I'm really loving this yarn. It is 100% wool. It's not super and it has kind of a rustic look for, great for color work, but it is unbelievably soft. I've said before, I'm pretty sensitive to wool. A lot of non-superwash wools I can't wear at my neck. Like I have to wear something underneath, like a turtleneck or something. There's no issues here at all. I love it. So I'm really excited to finish this. Hopefully I'll finish it in time to wear it before spring, but tomorrow's February and it's not looking good. But we are chugging along. The next one I have, so my last podcast way back in July, end of July, beginning of August, I had just come back from a work trip in DC, and I had stopped at a local yarn shop down there and picked up some spincycle yarns to do the shift. I showed it to you last time. I hadn't gotten very, I think I had done like that much. So I've done a little bit more. Not much, but I figured I'd add it to the list. So this is the shift from Andrea Mowry, and it's a cowl, and the yarn, I don't think I have the, interesting. I don't have the, wow, I'm out of practice. Ball bands, but this is the yarn. Again, it is spincycle yarns dyed in the wool. So I don't know what the colors are that I picked. It might be on my Ravelry project page, so I'll take a look, and if it's there, I'll put them below. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is coming out. I just kind of stopped working on it because I got so excited. Hey, Pearl, no barkies. Come here. I just got so excited with some of my other projects that I kind of let this one fall by the wayside, but I really do want to finish it because I love it. I think this is so nice, and it's my first time doing like mosaic knitting. I think it's really cool. So that's that. Next. Oh, next is another sock. I just cast this on the other day because I wanted to have something with me. It was going to be just a vanilla sock, but I decided that I was going to do something a little different. So I'm doing the monkey sock by Cookie A, which is a free pattern on Knitty. And the yarn is inked sheep fibers, And this is her Milena colorway. It's based on Milena, who's my favorite character from Mortal Kombat. So everything looks kind of blue on my screen, so hopefully it doesn't when I edit this. But here's the cake. I hold it here. It's a little bit better, but it's white, gray, black, purple, pink. I wound it a little too fast, so my cake came out kind of wonky. But I was eager to get it wound up because I was going out for dinner, and I wanted to get it wound up and cast on so I could work on the cuff at the dinner table. It was a family dinner. It happens. So that's that. Then I have another pair of socks. I don't know. I don't think I showed these to you guys yet. I know I showed you the yarn when I got it, but I have not showed you the project. So this is just a pair of vanilla socks that I'm doing 2 at a time. And this is also from Whips on Sticks, Legend of Zelda colorway club, and this is the Link colorway. So it's this cool green, white, and orangey color. I thought that was kind of cool when I hold them up together. The pooling goes across the two. I did split it into 2 separate balls for this. Sometimes I pull from the outside and the inside of the ball. Sometimes I split it into 2, but I split this one into 2. And then it also came with a coordinating mini for heels and toes, which is the gold. And so that's going to look really nice. I love that. So, I did, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw, I got 2 rows of that done on the treadmill yesterday. I was very proud. Yeah. So the next whip I have is another shawl. I cast it on and then stopped working on it, which was stupid because I really want to wear this, but I realized I didn't have anything like very autumnal, and I wanted something like to go with like my browns, and so I decided to cast on the Knitflix and Chill shawl, which I'll put a picture in because I don't have the pattern in front of me. But I got Amy from Happy Little Yarn, hi Amy, was doing a D-stash, and so I grabbed a few skeins of Zen Yarn Garden Serenity base, which is a superwash merino cashmere nylon, and this is in the clay sand colorway, and it is very fall. I mean, if that doesn't scream fall, I don't know what does. So, that's it in the cake. So I cast on Knitflix and Chill. I only got a very tiny bit done. And again, I got caught up, but you can see it's kind of a ribbed here, and then I'm going into like a waffle pattern. Now, this is supposed to be like a super easy sit in front of the TV Knitflix and Chill shawl. I know that eventually the pattern will become memorized, but right now I've had to stare at this pattern. Like I don't find it that easy. But I mean, it's easy, but I have to keep looking at it. It's not like I'm just doing garter stitch back and forth. But I do really like it. I really do want to finish it. But because it's more of a fall thing, I'm kind of not motivated to get it done anytime soon. As long as I get to wear it next fall, everyone will be happy. And then the last whip I have, I've already showed it to you last time because I had just started it, but I've made a little more progress, and it's my granny stripe blanket. So here we are on the granny stripe blanket. I just started this blue stripe, and it's going to be just like a lap blanket, like a little throw. But I'm going through my minis and my scraps, and I'm really loving this. It's fun, and it's a good sit and do nothing kind of project. Maybe I'll work on that later. So yeah, that's my granny stripe. And that's it for whips that I like really care about, although I think the Knitflix and Chill might need to go in the UFO pile. The UFO pile is projects that I know they're unfinished objects, but I will finish them. They're just not like priority, and they can wait because they're like more themed. So one of those is the Bomb Pop sock. I already showed it to you because I finished one. I guess technically it's a hoe, but it's kind of gone in the timeout corner. So this was the finished sock, and this is the Georgia sock from Traci Miller from the Grocery Girls, and then the yarn is the stripy colorway, the club colorway from Whips on Sticks in Bomb Pop, because it looks like a bomb pop. This is definitely a like July 4th kind of a sock. So I kind of put these on hold as well, and I will work on them again before the summer so I can wear them during July 4th. And this one I've done a forethought heel, so I've put in the stripe that I'm going to pull out, that waist yarn, and then put in the heel. So I do love these. I just, like I said, they are such a specific holiday themed sock that I'm kind of like, well, it's January, I don't feel like working on a July 4th thing. Another UFO I have is a hat. I started working on this hat for Christmas, and then it kind of got put by the wayside. I can't pull it out too much because I took the needles off to use the needles for something else, but that's that. And it's the Ribbed for His Pleasure hat pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I forget the name of the designer, but it's a nice hat because it's like, the whole thing's ribbed, which is kind of annoying, but also easy. But I love the way the decreases spiral at the top with the stripes. So I don't even know what yarn this is. I'm gonna have to go look at my stash on Ravelry. This might be Hippo for Hanukkah, and from Lola Did It, and if it is, I was going to use it for something else, but I guess that's not going to happen. So anyway, that's a nice one. And then the last one I have, I think I showed you last time, is the Washed Out Shawl from Joji Locatelli. And this is where we are on that. This is the lace, which I shockingly didn't mess up. And I'm using Done Roving, and this is a Barnyard. I don't know the color names, because why would I know that? That would be way too logical of a thing to do. It's supposed to have 3 colors in it. I still haven't picked a 3rd color. I don't know what I'm gonna pick. I'm thinking maybe a hot pink, but this is the shawl. It's pretty big, and I'm hoping to get to that this summer. I think it's a big fingering weight shawl is a good summer project, I think. So that's that. So much stuff. And I'm not going to do a lot for acquisitions, just a few little things. I already showed you the mini set from Spun Right Round. I also did this year, I did it last year too, is Happy Little Yarn Advent Calendar. And I made this cowl with it, which I love. And so I love the Advent Calendar this year. However, I already broke it up and moved the minis into all different places. A bunch of them are in here for my granny stripe blanket, and I quite honestly don't remember which ones are from the kit and which ones are not. So I can't really tell you which ones they are. I know that's not it, but like a bunch of these, maybe? I don't know. I'm sorry, Amy. I should have podcasted before and kept them separate to show everyone, but I didn't. I know this is one, and I'm pretty sure that's one, but they're all mixed up with other minis. I'm pretty sure that's one. Is that one? But anyway, on Christmas I got to open a full skein of yarn. Please forgive its appearance. It's one of the skeins of yarn that my puppy got her hands on, and I had to untangle it and reskein it, and it's fine, and when I actually cake it up, it'll look fine, but it looks really messy right now. But this is the full skein of yarn that came in the Advent kit for Happy Little Yarn, and I love it. Amy always does an awesome, awesome job. So thank you. And then I also ordered this from Lola Did It, just a sock set. It's for the Miami Dolphins. I am a Patriots fan, but I was born in Miami, and I have some family there, so I did not buy it, though, because it was Miami Dolphins. I just really liked the colors, and I thought that they would be really pretty socks. Sorry for the crinkling. That's Lola Did It, and it's the Miami Pound Machine is the full skein, and then the matching is called Sweetness. And then lastly, I, like many of you, pre-ordered this, and it arrived this week. Yay! Harry Potter knitting magic! So exciting, and I love this book. They did such a great job. The book was put together by Tanis Gray, and it has patterns from Tanis as well as Diana Walla, who designed the Stoneham Poncho, Dana Williams-Johnson, and a whole bunch of other people. So yeah, this is gorgeous. I will show you a couple sweaters that I'm totally gonna make. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So one of the sweaters that I'm dying to make is this one. And it's Hermione's Time Turner sweater. I think I might do, if I do this, I have to buy yarn for it, and I'm not buying yarn right now, but I would keep the yellow and I think do a navy for the body of the sweater. I really like that a lot. And then the other one that I'm obsessed with that Amy showed me is the Buckbeak pullover. And this is for a DK weight yarn. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness. I am definitely going to make this. The only thing that I know I'm going to do right off the bat for modifications is I will put in a bust dart, and I will also start the color work just a tiny bit lower. So all together with the dart and starting lower, it'll probably be about 2 inches lower, which I'll also mimic on the sleeve. And that's because I'm busty, and having a line go right across the middle of my chest is not flattering. So for those of you who are also busty and are interested in making that pattern, I recommend you do the same thing. Basically move the line 2 inches down. I'm going to do that also with a bust dart, but that's up to you. And who is it? Coco Knits has a great tutorial on how to do bust darts. I've talked about that before in a previous episode. And then there was one other thing I really liked. I mean, there's a million other things I really liked, but one other thing I want to show you. Oh, wow. There's the Expecto Patronus mitts. I mean, how nice is that? Love it. And then there's also the other mitts. Gosh, where are they? Ah, here they are. Luna Lovegood's Spectre Specs gloves. How awesome is that? Oh my goodness. I love those. I love Luna. She's my favorite. You can see the Spectre specs right there. So, yeah, definitely need to make those. And here's another picture of those. So, this was awesome. I love this so much. I want to make everything in it. And let's see. So future knitting, there's a couple other things I'm interested in making. As you see, I have quite the pile of whips right now, and I am not casting on anything until I finish a couple whips. I don't need to finish them all, but just a couple to feel somewhat, not like, I don't know, accomplished, whatever. You know what I'm saying. So the other projects that I do want to work on are the sweaters in that book. I've also been interested in making myself another hedgewitch shawl, which I wear mine all the time and I love it. I have some yarn from, I forget, but I got it at Rhinebeck 2 years ago, and it's a gorgeous Rhinebeck special colorway, and it's got cashmere in it, and I want to make that into another hedgewitch because I love that shawl so much. I was going to make a sweater out of it, but I've decided that I would rather, and I would get more use probably out of making it into a shawl. And then the other sweater I was looking at was the Ella sweater. It comes in a cardigan and a pullover, and there's also a baby one. And it's just got a lace leaf motif on the yoke. I got yarn for not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that I think would be perfect for it. It's like a nice cranberry color. So that's really it for knitting. This hasn't been my best podcast because I'm 6 months out of practice, but hopefully I'm going to get back into it and maybe look a little less tired. And see you guys more often because I miss it, and I've just been crazy with all the changes going on in my life. So I am back now, and housekeeping. 1. I have a D-stash up on Ravelry. I put it up a few months ago, and I've sold a bunch of stuff from it, but there's still yarn left. I'm looking to make more space because my cabinet there is, I can barely open it, and my little basket over there is full, and I just need to make some space. So if you go to my Ravelry page, my name is Babesicle, I'll put a link down here, and under my stash, willing to trade or sell, all of that stuff is D-stash. Prices are listed in the notes, and that does not include shipping. So if you're interested in anything, send me a message on Ravelry and tell me where you're located, and I can give you an estimated shipping price. It's usually about $5, give or take where you are. I'm in Massachusetts, so the farther west you go, the more it's going to be. But yeah, there's some really good stuff on there and some great hand-dyed yarns, really nice stuff. So if you are interested in some D-stash, check out my Ravelry page. And the other thing is if you are in the Boston area or New England area, Sunday, February 9th is the Boston Farm to Fiber Festival, and it's at the Boston Public Kitchen, which is over by Haymarket in downtown Boston. And I went to it last year, and it was super fun. All local farms, yarn dyers, things like that, to the New England area. And there was Mindful Folk Farm will be there, and oh my God, there were so many people there last year, I can't even remember, and there's going to be more this year. I got some gorgeous alpaca from, I think it's Vermont alpacas, and there was just such great stuff. And the venue, so it's the Boston Public Kitchen, is like this gigantic food court, but it's all like artisanal local foods. And I mean, I could just spend the whole day there eating, and then walking around. There's just booths for all these different vendors around throughout the whole venue, and it's just a really good time. A lot of local knitters there. So if you see me, say hi. I'm going with my knitting group. We're all going to meet up there. So we'll be roaming around together. I'll probably be stuffing my face with food, and it'll be a good time. So if you're going to be there, let me know. If you see me, say hi. Sometimes I get a little shy in public when I don't know people. So like most of us, just say hi. Although I'll be there with people, so I'll probably not be shy. But anyway, it's a good time. So if you are in the area, I highly recommend going. It starts at 10 a.m. Boston Public Market, February 9th. That's it for me. It was so good to talk with you all. Thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. Definitely go back and watch some of my old stuff. It's much more entertaining than this. And hopefully I'll be back in a couple weeks with, at the very least, my Paris Toujous shawl will be done. If nothing else, that will be done. But hopefully I'll have that done and a sock. That's fair for 2 weeks.